Hello everyone, welcome to 2020 Tarot. This is Natalie. So thank you for joining me today. This is your reading for the energies of the weekend of February 5th, 6th, and 7th. So for this month, I decided to switch it up. Instead of the die, I am going with a special message. And I will start with the first sign in the astrology, which is Aries. I will timestamp everything and I'll put it in the description box below instead of in both places, comments and description. I'm just going to put it in the description box below. So having said that, like I said, I'm starting with Aries. And the message that I pulled for you, Aries, is in every moment of life, you should be what you ought to be. So I guess you should be yourself. Don't pretend to be somebody else. Be yourself. And that way you're true to yourself, right? You're not deceiving yourself or others. All right, so you have the Justice card that comes out. And on this card, you have this couple of women in the back where it looks like one woman is handing a baby to some other woman. So perhaps you're going to make things right. And I feel like this person was probably, I don't know how to say this, but this person, it feels like the energy is this person received something or did something, and out of the universal energy, she knows instinctively that this needs to be like the recognition or whatever it is that she obtained needs to be divvied up with somebody else. That's what I'm getting from this energy, from this card for you today, Aries. So you're going to make things right by all people involved. That's what I'm getting from the Justice today, from this card. Dixit message for you is family tree. This woman has got, it's an elderly woman, gray hair. Her eyes are closed, so she's thinking about her family tree. And next to her is a cup of tea with a teapot. She's wearing a lot of red, meaning a lot of love. So she probably, and she doesn't look like she's in any kind of way in despair. She looks happy. So to me, this is like reminiscing about the past, perhaps, or thinking about the other people in your family line, enjoying the moment because there's tea next to her. And there's a lot of love coming from her heart and her mind, thinking of family. So maybe this signifies, because there's a baby on this card and there's two women, maybe this signifies something really closer at hand, that it has to do with your family, that you have to provide the recognition needed to someone else in the family that should be on the receiving end of that recognition as well, okay? Yeah, sometimes, I was just thinking women have always kind of been, I shouldn't say this way. I mean, the men were running the show, right? Men in the family, the patriotic person was always getting the recognition in the family for achieving things, but women have always been in the side or in the shadow. And I think maybe you're trying to set things right with that perspective of recognizing a woman. I think this is exactly what's going on. You're recognizing a woman, or maybe you're the one that's being recognized as a woman for all the work you've done, all the efforts you've done. And maybe the message saying that in every moment of life, you should be what you ought to be. Maybe you're not recognizing yourself as well because, it's not innate in you to do that. Maybe you need to start looking at yourself and saying, yes, I am this person. Yes, I am that achiever. And again, the card that came from Lenormand is the child. So if we look at this in the context of this reading, it probably involves the child. There's a child on two cards here. So typically the child talks about something small, something new, but now in this whole reading here, it's a different context altogether for me. It's about a child. So you need to recognize that you were a very important person, Aries, in the life of a child or someone else around you, most likely a woman, was also a very important person in the lifetime of a child, growing up a child. And the card number is 13. So that could be, if we look at numerology, 13, and because we're Aries, so we're looking at possibly the month of April. So maybe you're born on the 13th of April, or a child is born on the 13th of April. Regardless, or this may be happening on the weekend, but could stretch into the 13th, into the next weekend. Regardless, this is where I'm going to leave it at for that. People that could be involved with you this weekend, and this is purely just astrological. Okay, so what sign comes up with you, Aries, for the weekend? It'll be this card. Okay, so this is the death card, so that's Capricorn. You could be dealing with Capricorn this weekend. A Capricorn could be involved with you, Aries, regarding this. Maybe the child's a Capricorn, or maybe the other woman that you need to recognize is a Capricorn. All right, that's it for you, Aries. Thank you. Hello, Taurus, for the weekend of February 5th, 6th, and 7th. Your special message is, in every moment of life, you should be what you ought to be. Same message I just got for Aries. Your Dixit card is the egg that's under a spotlight, and it's basically an egg that's hatching. So to me, that spells for don't be afraid to be in the spotlight. Yeah, people are looking at you, but you're breaking free. You're breaking out of the shell. You're coming out and sharing some information, or you're doing something different. And maybe this is what you've been your whole life, and you've been wanting to do this. That's why maybe perhaps the card of in every moment of life, you should be what you ought to be, because you've been wanting this your whole life. On this deck here now we have the Hangman, and the Hangman, this is a New Vision Tarot, is seeing things from a different perspective as well. So in the sense of the word is you're either taking a break or you're actually seeing things from a different perspective. And what's very, very funny with this card is this Hangman has a bunch of people in the background that are looking at him who's on the stake, and basically they're judging him. And I think this is about your fears. Because look, again, you're in the spotlight. So I think you're fearing that if you are going to be in the spotlight, people are going to judge you. But really, technically speaking, you should hold on to your virtue. You should hold on to that spotlight, because you're probably the next best thing for them. This could happen in your personal life, work life, wherever life, right? Just don't be afraid to take that step and do it. Your fear is holding you back. So let's look at Le Normand. And Le Normand is the snake. So, and again, in this reading, I will take this message to be, you need to shed that extra skin, that skin off of your body. It's time for you to change. You don't have to be fearful about this, Taurus. So let's see who could be involved with you. Let's say there was someone to be involved. Well, there's a Leo. Or I'm just getting the feeling right now, if it's not someone who's involved with you, you need to have that or adopt that same philosophy as Leo people are. They're people that love to be in the limelight. They're confident people. So I would suggest to maybe adopt that energy, or perhaps you are going to be involved with a Leo, or maybe a Leo is going to be mentoring you in doing this, Taurus, for the weekend. So enjoy and keep it up. Take care and talk to you next weekend. Hello, Gemini, for your weekend, February 5th, 6th, and 7th. The special message is everlasting impact with compassion and kindness is called love. Okay. Your Dixit card for the weekend is, oh, I love this card. This is a card of someone nurturing someone else. Exactly. So being compassionate and kind. Flexible. There's bamboo on this card too, and bamboo is a very flexible wood. So maybe it's calling for you to be more flexible with others around you. They may be trying at this time with you, and maybe that's why you need to be more loving and passionate or compassionate with them. You have the Death card, and the Death card in this deck is same meetings. There's an ending to something so that something can rebirth, and I think this is the way you are going to be reacting. You're probably going to be putting something to an end in your mind, how you react. Because there's a lot of water on this card that we don't typically see. So I think emotionally you're going to skip the, maybe the emotional outburst that you could have. You're going to skip that altogether. You're going to keep it stable. And the waters in the background on this card are pretty stable. I don't know if you can see that. There's not a whole lot of movement there in the water. So I would tend to say that you're putting an end to the emotional outbursts that you could have. And you're going to be compassionate and kind with this person around you, Gemini. We also have the tree. And the tree calls about health and your roots. It can also relate to family tree. So I think this has got to do with someone in your family. There's someone around you, or someone that you consider family. It doesn't have to be blood family. It could be your soul family, right? But this is definitely involving someone from your soul family or family, literal family. And these typically are cards that I pick for understanding who could be involved with you during the weekend or with this energy. And we have the Hermit and we have the Hangman. So that's Virgo and Pisces. All right. So have a good one, Gemini. All right, Cancer, for weekend, February 5th, 6th, and 7th, we have every beat of your heart is a rhythm of your soul. Interesting, okay. Then we have this beautiful island, but beneath the surface, you see a whole city. So maybe you need to shed some light on understanding that there's more to your actions than what is seen, or you're just hitting the tip of the iceberg, right? You don't see the 90% what's underneath. So the two cards that came out for you this weekend is the Magician and the Six of Wands. So the Magician is basically manifesting things, and basically in this deck here, he's in front of a group of people, and he's doing his manifestation or his magic tricks, if you wish. The monkey is behind him, and that's why I'm thinking of magic tricks, because usually there's a monkey associated with people doing monkey tricks, or sorry, magic tricks. But the monkey's behind him, so he's trying to manifest, or at least he's trying to make things happen in front of people, so around people in your life. And you're only showing 10%. You're only showing 10% of what it is that you could be showing. Okay? And then here we have the outcome card of the Six of Wands, which is basically recognition, being recognized. And the dove has been liberated from a cage, so the dove is flying away. That could mean that communications have been shared with others. Okay, there's the cage right here. And the dove is flying away. So I think that whatever you're going to be doing, you need to make sure that if you follow the advice of every beat of your heart is a rhythm of your soul. Soul could be what it is that's underneath the surface, the 90%, and whatever beating of your heart is the 10%. So I think you need to resonate on that whatever you project out there is really a true reflection of what it is that you are inside. Even if it's just a 10% of what it is that you feel like or think like or believe in. I think ultimately if you do that, you're going to be successful and people around you are going to appreciate it. Okay? So let's look at who could be involved with you, Cancer, for this weekend. And it'll be this card. Okay, this is the World card, so that's Capricorn. So there could be a Capricorn around you that you need to do this with. Okay? Thank you so much. Take care. Hello, Leo, for the weekend of February 5th, 6th, and 7th. Okay, so I just got this again for Cancer, but it says, every beat of your heart is a rhythm of your soul. And the Dixit card for you for the weekend is, this card is my card about self-sabotaging. It's basically a knife that is intertwined with your inner vines, and you're cutting your vine off yourself. So maybe you're putting an end to something that has been, it's either self-sabotaging or you decide to cut something off. Because it's just not a true reflection of your soul. The High Priestess came out, and I think you're doing this because intuitively you know that this is needed to have the proper balance within yourself. And you know it's a wise thing to do because there's an owl on this card, and there's two nuns, a white nun, a black nun, and the black nun is in front of the white post, and the white nun is in front of the black post or columns. So that's what you're seeking. You're seeking true equilibrium or, balanced energies within yourself. And you know this is the right thing to do. So you're cutting something off so that your soul is in a better position. Or whatever you're reflecting out is a better position of your soul, of your true person. And you have the Mountain card. And the Mountain card speaks of obstacles. But in this instance, I'm going to say that this is something huge, significantly important for you. And it's something that you've been trying and trying and trying for a long time, Leo. And all of a sudden, you are now able to do so. It could be cutting out a bad habit. Oh, my God. And we have, Leo, the Leo card, the Strength card. So either you're involved with someone else or this is your energy. You're involved with just yourself. I would tend to say you're involved with just yourself in this process. And I would even go to the extent that maybe you're born on the 21st of August. But this has been something, and because it's at the end of the Leo season, the 21st is at the end of the Leo season, this has been a significant ambitious need for you or desire for you to be able to cut out this thing in order that your heart is truly out there and showing what your true soul is all about. All the best for the weekend, Leo. This is interesting. So let me know. Give me some comments, please. Take care. Hello, Virgo. This is for the weekend of February 5th, 6th, and 7th. So the message for you for the weekend is, if we give happiness to others, we will end up happy. Awesome. Yep, that's positive. Okay, so this particular card, however, to me, looks like you need to self-love. What you look at in the reflection in the water is absolutely not exactly what you look like. You see yourself so differently than and you don't see yourself in the right light, basically. So I think this happiness is self-love that's required. You need to be taking good care of yourself. We also have lilies on this, and lilies stem from muck, mud, the dirt, where it's cloudy, it's terribly muddy in the bottom of a pond, but they rise to the surface and open their flowers, and they're beautiful, beautiful flowers. So it says that from the muck, from the mud, you can get beautiful things come out. And I think this is your self-perception. You see yourself as something else that you truly are not. You don't value yourself enough. So maybe you need to be happy with you first, Virgo. And you know what? Because this is Virgo, and Virgo tend to be a perfectionist, I would tend to say to you that nothing is perfect, Virgo. You are not perfect. no one is perfect. So maybe it's accepting that you do have flaws and accept that you are not. And stop seeking perfection, right? You need to love yourself, because that is so draining when you want to achieve perfection. Focus on the positive traits that you have, characteristics that you have, and instead of what's negative, right? Or what you could improve. We all need to improve, but not to become perfect, okay? Now you have the Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups speaks of creativity. And I think that's what it is. You need to start being more creative with your thinking. Think outside the box. And there is a fish jumping out of this cup. Okay, so don't be afraid to look at things in a much different way than that you have been looking at. The outcome of this card, or the other card, sorry, that joins this reading is the sun. And in this deck, the sun is the most beautiful thing, one of the most beautiful cards you can get. And the sun will illuminate anything that needs illumination. So I think you're going to get some kind of revelation this weekend, Virgo. So let's look at who else could be involved, if anyone is involved with you, Virgo, for the weekend. So we have the moon cards. So a Pisces could be involved with you. So either you're talking to a Pisces and you're getting some advice from a Pisces about this approach. But evidently to me, this looks positive for you for the weekend. All right. Thank you so much. And talk to you next weekend. All right, Libra. Libra, the message for you is, when the dawn of simplicity comes in life, complications leave. So I'll repeat that. When the dawn of simplicity comes in life, complications leave. So it's basically, making things simple. And this is probably pertaining to someone else in your life. And there's a lot of black and white, so they're playing chess. There's a lot of butterflies on here. And a lot of black and white. So, balanced energies or complete different energies. Chess is a very complicated game, but, at least you have the light that's shining, maybe to help shed some light on the game to make it less complicated. And maybe this talks about a relationship that you have with someone that seems to be a little bit more complicated. But if you take some hindsight, take a step back, right? You can see that from a different perspective, that it's not that complicated. I think that's what it is, yeah. And we have the Nine of Swords, which means, something's been worrying you about this relationship. I think you do need to take a step back. Forget the fears. And we have the ship, which is, traveling or separation, or it is far away. So there could be some distance between you and that person. It could be physical distance, or it could be emotional distance as well. So who could be this person, Libra? Who could be this person? Who could be this person? Okay, so we have Capricorn. This is the devil. So it's Capricorn. So it could be a Capricorn person. But I think the message is loud and clear here. You need to simplify things in your life. This relationship with this person needs to be looked at from a different angle, and realize that it's not that complicated, okay? Just look at it from a different view. It could be a Capricorn. And like I said, there's distance between the two of you right now, emotional or physical, that's causing you this worry. But really shed some light on it and think about it in a more simplistic way, and it will help you. Thank you. Scorpio, weekend of the 5th, 6th, and 7th of February. So happiness is actually an art of living, which is in us. Okay. The Dixit card for you is one of communications. So this to me is, there's a lot of wheat, a lot of abundance on this card, but there's also a lot of communications that come full circle. Okay. So I'm going to park it there for now. We'll see how that links with the tarot card for the weekend. For Scorpio, for the weekend of February 5th, 6th, and 7th. For Scorpio, here's the card. Okay, so this is the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles speaks of being grounded, stable, nurturing, wealthy, healthy. So in essence, you need to be able to share that happiness with others. And I think you need to do it some way, verbally or even through written communications. And in order to secure happiness. And the man is here, so it's most likely someone of a yang energy. So if you're female, it is a literal man. But if you're a man, it could be a female or another man in your life, right? But a female with yang energy, or it could be another man in your life that you need to share this message of passion, or not passion, but nurturing message, where there's happiness. And it's going to be shared either verbally or in a text, written, or whatever, email, whatever. All right. Take care, Scorpio. Sagittarius, your message is compassion has no limit, kindness has no enemy. And your card is the cornucopia is actually the card of abundance, right? It's frozen. It's in ice right now, and two people are sitting in front of it and contemplating it and like looking at it, wanting it to, hoping that the ice is going to melt soon. But I think if you put more compassion into your activities, things will start happening. Kindness will start happening. So it's maybe there's some level of impatience here, but you still have work to do, okay? And that's being more compassionate with others around you. Yeah, try something new. Go on this journey like the Fool will do. You need to change something. So it's just a tweak, right? You need to change something, to try something new. And you have the birds, meaning you need to communicate this out. So it's not, or you're talking to somebody about this, right? And usually the birds, on some of the decks, it's owls, and owls represent wisdom. So maybe you're going to get some wise advice from someone. And that someone could be a Leo, or the person on the receiving end of this compassion could be a Leo. But all in all, you're either communicating or you're receiving this communication from Leo, where you're going to be expressing a little bit more compassion, and that compassion will lead you to a new beginning and this abundance. Okay? Thank you so much, Sagittarius. Capricorn, your message for the weekend is, happy is actually an art of living which is in us. Your card from the Dixit is, okay, cutting off some things. There's a big saw on this tree trunk and you're cutting off, and it looks like, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at cutting off for now, okay? The tarot card for you for the weekend is the Strength card. And you have a snake in the ground, and the snake is coming to you, towards you, and that snake is wisdom coming towards you. So through courage, strength, and wisdom, you're going to be cutting something off, and you're going to be talking about it. You got the communications card. You're going to be talking about it, and it's going to be something related to your happiness, okay? And the person that could be involved with you in this is a Virgo, because this is the, my God, the Hermit card. All right, so cut something off. You're going to need strength. You're going to have wisdom and strength and courage to do this. You're going to cut it off. You're going to talk about it with either a Virgo, and it's something to improve your health and your happiness in life. Okay, take care, Capricorn.